The Mobile County Public Schools presents Homeroom.
Hi, and welcome to Homeroom. I'm your host, Renee Phillips. Today I have four very special guests, and they are students in our elementary, middle, and high schools. They are the winners of our It Starts With Me Awards, which is one of my absolute favorite things that we do in Mobile County Public Schools. So what we do each year is each school can nominate one student as an It Starts With Me student, and that person is from each school nominated by the principal. And from those, we pick out an elementary winner, a middle school winner, and a high school winner. This year we had two elementary winners, and I'm going to introduce you right now to our first one. It's Caroline King, and she is a student at E.R. Dixon Elementary. Hi, Caroline.
Hey.
And her mom is here today, Miss Sarah King. She is an instructional partner at E.R. Dixon. And we created videos, so we're going to roll the video first so that our viewers can learn a little bit about you, and then we'll come back and talk. So let's roll the video.
I'm sifting through emails and I see an email from a student. I say, oh, so I opened it. It was from Caroline King, and she requested a conference with the principal to discuss her service project. So I said, oh, I have to make time on my schedule. I gave her an appointment, and she, along with her counselor, Miss Summer Davis, came to my office.
And Caroline had her legal pad and her notes, and Miss Ken said, okay, Caroline, speak to us.
Well, I wanted to give back to the community. I loved reading, and I wanted to give back to the community. I made a connection between the two, and then I made the bedtime book bins.
And she went through just like a professional adult and told us everything she wanted to do and why she wanted to do it.
Well, I do service at the Ronald McDonald House. Once I went with my cousin to go serve dinners.
And she noticed that all children were not in the same situation as her. They didn't have easy access to books, and they were fighting many obstacles in life that she could not fathom. And so she said she wanted to give back.
At such a young age, not to think just about yourself, but to be thinking of other people around you, and to notice that there are students that don't have that, and that to want to put that into their hands.
In any situation she's put in, she has those ideas, that curiosity, that imagination to come up with a way to make things better.
She feels like when she reads a book, she's able to travel somewhere to keep her mind off things herself, and she thought she could offer that to those children.
And I was speechless. I believe Miss Ken may have been too.
She said that she was astonished. She loved the idea.
I didn't have to ask many questions about it because she had already done her homework on this project.
The press register, we called them, and that's how we got the bins. We got old newspaper racks, we sanded them, we painted them with the blue paint, and then we took some glow-in-the-dark stars and put them on.
Her energy is infectious. You can see that she influences others with that energy.
And it was going well. We had the bins set up throughout the school, and boys and girls would be coming in every day with books in hand.
I thought that I would reach my goal of 1,000. I didn't know that I would get 1,200 though.
And to even the other kids in the classroom, it sort of opened their eyes to that it's not just them, but there are things that they can go out and do and make a difference.
It just warmed my heart to be able to see students respond to her service project.
We were just taken aback and we had chills. It was amazing, so sweet.
It starts with her because she thought not only of herself, but she thought of something that she thinks is important and enjoys, and she is spreading that out throughout the community.
So if you have a business plan as a fourth grader, you're going places. So I just want to be a part of whatever she's doing. I want her to, hey, call on Miss Ken, I'm your fan. I will support her in whatever she's doing.
Wow, that is so impressive, especially for a fourth grader. So just what made you think to do that?
Well, when I was younger, I liked to read a lot. I wanted to give back to the community. I love to go to the library and read books. I like to read to my sister's class a lot.
And what made you want to help other people, though?
Well,
I think her passion for that grew in her volunteer work at Ronald McDonald House.
yeah.
Being there, seeing the facility, seeing what they have to offer,
and she wanted to add her little sparkle to it as well.
And what I love about in the video is Miss Ken says, whatever you do, she's on your team and she's going to help you. So do you feel like this was a big team effort? I know it was something that you started and your school and your mom backed you on it. So did that help?
Yes, a lot. I had lots of help from Miss Ken and all the students that donated, teachers donated. Even one of the student council officers helped me paint the bins.
That came over. And I know this comes from your love of reading, right?
Yes, I love to read a lot.
What types of books do you read?
I like series of unfortunate events, Harry Potter, lots of books.
And so do you think that your love of reading is going to be spread to lots and lots of children through this?
I'm hoping.
Yeah? What types of books did you collect?
Well, I saw a lot of Dr. Seuss books and lots of Junie B. Jones, chapter books.
And so what was it like when your principal told you that you were the It Starts With Me winner for your school?
It was wow.
And then when you won the whole county, what was that like?
Even more wow.
And then at the award ceremony, what did you think?
I thought that it was really cool to be there that night, and that just from starting to think of the idea that it came to that, being at the award ceremony.
Okay, well, we are certainly proud of you, and I hope that I know you're only in 4th grade and you're going to go up to 5th grade and middle school and high school, and we hope that you keep up the good work and continue to give back to your community. You think you will?
Yeah.
I think you will too. We're really excited and proud of you, Caroline. Well, we're going to break for a commercial, and when we come back, I'll introduce you to some more It Starts With Me winners.
The Environmental Studies Center is a natural sciences education facility designed to provide unique learning experiences. In addition, wildlife rehabilitation plays a vital role each day at the center. Featuring more than 500 acres of rich woodlands, the center affords teachers, students, and the general public an opportunity to experience firsthand the natural environment. Environmental Studies Center. It starts with us in the Mobile County Public Schools.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we're meeting some of our It Starts With Me students from across the county, and right now I have Maya Nobles, who's a senior or junior at Baker High School, and we're going to watch a video so you can see the very cool project that she did.
Maya does everything with a passion, and she looks for people who can and need help. She saw that there was a need with our African American students not taking the AP classes and not taking advantage of that opportunity.
It should be all students should be involved like I am. My research is to encourage students that look like me to be involved in AP classes so that they can have the same opportunities that I have been experiencing.
She's taking initiative of something that she sees as a problem, and she's figuring out a way to create a solution to that problem. And that's something that we don't see that often in young kids. They have ideas, but to actually go out and fulfill these ideas that they have and create a solution is amazing to me.
She can be very compassionate and thoughtful about things that are going on around her, and which drives her to do the community activities that she does. You know, and those are self-motivated things. Those are not things that we came up with for Maya. Maya chose the activities that she likes to participate in.
She is relentless in her pursuit of what she wants, of her knowledge, and what she offers other people. She's a joy to have in the classroom.
With my research project that I'm doing in AP Capstone, one of my hypotheses is that the differences in values of education amongst races is a contributing factor to their desire to participate in these advanced placement classes. It needs to change because it's 2018. We should not be discouraged to join anything. We should always have the same motivation and opportunities as anyone else.
She knows that no gesture is too small, and by lending a helping hand to her peers, she's truly triggering a snowball effect, and it's helping everyone here at Baker that is around her grow.
Well, everything starts with Maya, but it's not about Maya. Maya is all about helping everyone, looking for ways to reach out and help and do things to better the students of Baker High School.
While it starts with me, it should end with us.
That is very impressive, Maya. And I think what's so impressive is you're like a college student or college professor doing research on a project. What was that like for you?
It was very challenging at first because I had to go out to different schools and reach out to different administrators and get them to finding available classes was really challenging. But I found out that people were willing to help me in my research, and finding out a solution to the problem was very easy after I found my research and things like that.
And I understand that your stepmom played a big role in this through the LEAPS program, and that she is a teacher of ours, Miss Shannon Nobles, and she is at Indian Springs. So how did this springboard into Maya's project?
Okay, I think Maya can answer that a little bit better than I can.
Well, LEAPS is an organization that was started by my stepmom, and being in that organization really kind of inspired me to do my project because I realized that there are students that are not given the opportunity or exposed to different things, and I want to find out the cause of the underrepresentation of African Americans in advanced placement classes, and it kind of influenced my decision in picking my topic in my research.
And it's part of the AP Capstone program, right? And
Yes,
Baker's
ma'am.
one of just a few schools in the state of Alabama that has AP Capstone.
Yes, ma'am.
That allows this type of research. And I understand you had to present your findings just last night, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you find and what did you present?
Last night I presented my research, and I basically told them the steps in the research, how I had to survey 269 kids, and I compared different groups, and I found out that socioeconomic status was the main contributing factor to students not enrolling in AP classes. And I found out that it wasn't just in the African American community, it was across all races. And the only reason why it impacted African Americans so much is because majority of African Americans were from low socioeconomic status and low income households. So it had a greater impact and influence on their decision to enroll in AP classes.
So do they just not know about AP courses and they don't know they're available, or?
A lot of the responses I got from my surveys was like, I have 2 jobs, I don't have enough time, or I don't have a computer, I don't have internet access, or I don't have a printer, and things like that. And they think that since they cannot afford these things, that means that they're ineligible to be in AP classes, which is a misconception that should be driven out for sure. Because once you're in AP classes, you get a lot of help, and you don't necessarily have to afford all of these things to be able to be in the class.
Because one thing I know Mobile County does is the school system pays for the exam. So do you
Yes.
think that if people know that may help them decide to take a test or take the class?
I think that would be helpful, but I think that the major reason that they're not enrolled is because that they don't have either they have something going on at home, or they have like a few students said they have 2 jobs to take care of. They have a household they might have to take care of or something. So it's really about what happens after the bell rings, what happens at home, and things that will influence their decision to enroll. Because really you can't expect a child who has to go home and take care of their siblings to come and perform as well in school.
And how many AP classes have you taken?
Since freshman year, 8, I think.
Wow. And so I hope that your research will continue, and that more students will be encouraged to take AP courses and earn college credit.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Congratulations. We're very proud of
Thank you
you.
so much.
And when we come back, we'll meet our fourth It Starts With Me student. So stay with us.
I'm Ashley Rich, District Attorney. Today I want to talk to you about a program that we at the District Attorney's Office has with the Mobile County Public School Systems to help with the bullying issues that are going on in today's world because of social media and because our young people think it's okay to bully others. It's not okay to bully others. Bullying is repeated verbal and physical abuse, ongoing verbal and physical abuse. We at the Mobile County District Attorney's Office want to help the community, we want to help the public school system, and we want to stop bullying within our community. It's really, really important that we do so. And parents need to be responsible if their child is either being bullied or if their child is a bully. Parents need to be involved to stop the bullying or to help the child if they are being bullied. And we at the Mobile County District Attorney's Office and the Mobile County Public School System are also here to help.
When parents are involved in school, they get more of this and less of this.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today I'm introducing you to some of our very special students, our It Starts With Me winners from elementary, middle, and high schools. And now I have Isabel Reimer. She is a student at Phillips Preparatory School, and she was selected out of all the middle school students in Mobile County. And we have a video that we're going to watch to introduce you to her and to show you the good project that she did.
When we heard about Hurricane Harvey dumping all that water on the Houston area, I thought of a former student teacher that I'd had, and I contacted her to see if her school had had any damage. And she said no, that her school was fine, but her sister-in-law's school in Friendswood, Texas had sustained a lot of damage.
44 of Clear Creek ISD's 45 schools were damaged by the floods, but the one with the longest road to recovery is Brookside.
Honestly, it kind of reminded me of renovation in a way that there was dust everywhere, and that especially the gym, because the gym was really similar to our old gym. It had the same coloring and everything, and so it just kind of made me feel like that could possibly be us, because our school used to be that old, and so it just kind of reminded me of that.
And we all just sort of thought, wouldn't it be a great idea if we could do something to help the kids at that school, because some of them had even lost the walls in their homes. There was sheetrock, piled outside of their homes.
That really stood out to me, because I know that my parents, and especially my grandparents, their lives were very much changed by Hurricane Katrina, because they lived in the New Orleans area at that time. And so it was just an opportunity for me to help people in a way that I never thought I could.
I think it just opened their eyes to other people suffering and how they can help them. Even though we live here and they live there, you can still make a difference. And even the smallest donation can make a difference for somebody.
So we came up with the idea of having a t-shirt fundraiser. So we designed a shirt that had a bulldog in a pirate costume, because we're the Phillips Pirates. And the kids jumped on board, and Isabel kind of took control of trying to keep all that organized.
The video production team really brought life to the project, and they really helped me spread it through all grades.
And then it wound up that we could send a nice check to Brookside Intermediate School to help the kids there.
I was just given the opportunity, I was given the funds, because our student body is so amazing. They come together when they really hear about a disaster that's happened, like Hurricane Harvey. And I just really feel like with this great student body, just all together, the atmosphere that we have at this school, it just really supports any kind of community project that we have.
When you do something for others, you don't always get a tangible response or reward, but hopefully the kids, got a real taste of how great it is to be able to do something for others and not really expect anything in return.
Well, I think Isabel's our future, and when you turn on the news at night, it can be sort of depressing, but every day when I come to work and I look at these 8th graders, I have a little bit of hope about what the future looks like. So I think that in itself is a good thing for It Starts With Us, because I think our future is bright if these kids are going to be leading it. So especially Isabel.
Wow, what a fantastic project. And I think what I love about that was that you were a leader and you got your whole school involved, right? So how did it start?
It really started with Miss Goodson, because she knew a teacher that was affected by the hurricane, but her teacher also knew other people, especially in the school's area, and so she kind of brought the project to life.
And she showed you a news story, didn't she?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that like when you saw on the news how much damage they had?
It was really devastating, because I know that we are in an area where we could have been just as affected by that hurricane as they were. And so that could have been us. And it really brought to life that we need to help people even if it's not in our area or even in our state.
And so how much money did you end up raising?
About $2,000.
Was that what you thought you'd raise or more?
Honestly, I didn't really have any kind of expectation. I knew that our student body was going to try to raise as much as they could. I mean, we raised over $5,000 for the Child Advocacy Center, so our student body has a huge, huge heart. And so I really had no expectation for how much we would raise.
And Phillips is known for its academics, but do you feel like it's good to teach students that they work on y'all giving back to the community as well and encourage that at Phillips?
Yes, ma'am. I think they do, especially with National Junior Honor Society, with our service hours. They don't just want to be you turn in box tops and you get an hour for that. They want you to actually go out in your community and help it by doing SWAT or recycling club or just things that really involve trying to become a better person or a more well-rounded person.
And one of your teachers, Ms. Goodson, is here. When you hear that, is this what you want a student to?
I love it. I love it. Since we're in our third year of candidacy for the IB program, one of the attributes of an IB learner is caring. And so that's one of the things that we really emphasize, that in order to be a well-rounded student, to be a productive citizen, you help others. And our kids, our 8th graders, are wonderful at that.
And that's evident in that project. And
Yes.
Next year you're going off to high school. Where are you going?
I'm going to be going to Murphy High School.
And do you plan to continue this type of work there?
Hopefully. I'm going to try and see if I can get on their SWAT team. And then I know that also for my 9th grade year, I can still be in National Junior Honor Society. So I'm just trying to keep up with all of my community work and try to be as active as I was at Phillips and in Murphy.
Okay. Well, we are really proud of you and all of the work that you've done, and we hope to see more great things come of you when you're in high school. And so we're going to break for commercial, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to some more of our It Starts With Me winners.
I have a lot of great memories from high school, some great experiences. Just being in the Shaw Band was a great experience. With the leadership in my schools, I always felt like they were very passionate about what they were doing. They cared about their calling to teach and to lead the schools. I always felt like they cared about me as a student and my classmates, and they wanted to see us do well and succeed. The relationships that were formed during those years are what impacted me the most, and I would just like to say thank you.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. We're having a great show today where we are meeting our It Starts With Me winners from throughout Mobile County. And now I have Cecilia Archer, who is a 5th grader at O'Rourke Elementary School. And she has a really cool project we're going to learn about in this video.
Cecilia is the type of person, when she walks into the room, she lights up the room, and she always looks for ways to make people feel comfortable and looks for ways to better the world around her.
A lot of our church is in our school district. As she knows that some of our kids at school go home on the weekends with backpacks from food from other churches. And she's like, well, what do they do during the week?
So one of the questions she brought to us is, what can we do to make ourselves basically into a melding pot? And one of the ways that you do that in community is that you bring people around a table. You feed them.
I had like this huge idea where I wanted like to get a building and a big elaborate plan, so I got a small section of it to where we could feed the homeless.
And so she went to some of our members of our church and asked if the kitchen could be used during the week.
I thought it was brilliant. You find a way to erase the differences, the fears, the walls that we put between ourselves. And so that was initially part of the idea that she brought to the vestry.
And they started having meals on Wednesday night. They serve on china dishes, they use real silverware, they give a dessert, a salad, a side.
Now we're starting to like work our way up because now we're doing haircuts, and they can wash their clothes, and we have music.
And it started small, and now we're feeding about 80 to 100 people every Wednesday night.
Well, most kids her age don't think that they can do something or make a difference in the world around them because they are young and because they are a kid. But she took it upon herself not only to create the idea, but to look for the resources to accomplish her goal.
So it starts with Cecilia because she's not afraid to step into that space. She's not afraid to reach out to you where you are. She may not have an immediate fix for it, but she'll stay there with you, and she'll try to figure out a way to help you. And so in that way, it starts with her, and it will always start with her.
She is our future. And if our children don't believe that they can make a difference, then our future is very bleak. But with children like Cecilia, knowing that she can make a difference at any age, and even with the limited resources that she has now, as she grows and has even more resources, she's going to make a huge impact.
She consistently shows people like myself who may focus on what we can't do, she shows us what we can do. And so I would follow her anywhere. She's as much a minister in our community as I am.
That is fantastic. And what I love about it is that you had an idea and the grown-ups said, yes, let's do this, right?
Yes.
What made you have that idea?
I just saw a lot of people in our community that are homeless and that can't afford food and things like that. So I decided to tell my mom, and she went with it, and then we talked to our vestry.
And every Wednesday night you're there?
Yes.
What's it like?
Well, we get to feed people, and it's just exciting seeing all these people come together.
Okay. And I know you got a good start with your mom, because your mom, she's a teacher at O'Rourke Elementary School, right?
Yes.
And she emphasizes community service, doesn't she, with the junior leagues? Have you been doing community service a lot?
Yes.
So why is it important for you that she do this?
I think it's important to instill in our children that in order to have a good start in your community, you must give back to your community. So if we want to make a difference, we have to actually show that we're making a difference and to help everyone, not just people who are like us, but everyone in our community, and know that you are no better than anyone and that you can always be in a different circumstance. And so it kind of, by teaching our children to give back, we all help each other out.
So Mom, what was your first thought when she told you she wanted to do this?
Thought it was a little ambitious, and I kind of was like, well, we can try. And so I let her kind of take the lead, and well, if you want to do that, why don't you go and ask? And then they said, well, we want Cecilia to come to a vestry meeting. And so I dropped her off and sat in the car while she went to the vestry meeting for about 30 minutes, and she talked to them and presented her idea. And then she walks back out to the car, and she's like, they said we could do it, and we're going to have $500 to start. I've got to call some grown-ups to see if they can cook. So little by little, here we are.
And what did you think when they said yes?
I was super excited because I was thinking like, well, like only 16-year-olds can come and they can present their idea, because she said that before. But like I was really excited that I was the first kid to.
Because you're not 16. How old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10.
She was 9 when she presented it, so it was really kind of a leap of faith for everyone.
And then the grown-up said yes, you did it, you took it and ran it, and then how many people come and eat there?
80 to 100 a week.
Okay. Wow, well we are so proud of you, Cecilia. And as you can see by watching this show, we have so many wonderful students in Mobile County, and so we as the Office of Communication are proud to recognize just some of them as It Starts With Me winners, and we know that they're going to go on and do great things in the world. Thank you for joining us today for Homeroom.